hope nobody had trouble parking. I usually tell people that the 400 block is going to be closed today, and it just slipped my mind until I walked down here, so I hope nobody had any trouble. Okay, good. Turn my phone off. That's interesting.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of all the fine singers and songwriters. We hope you come back again and some of our music is helping brighten your day. That's all for now, so until we meet again, this is John Race saying goodbye and God bless.
Are y'all done with Florida for the year? Now you go in the winter.
Yeah, we're going.
It's probably still hot in October down there.
It is. Our son and grandchildren are going to be down there, so it's an opportunity.
Oh, yeah.
They live on the West Coast.
Okay.
2 weeks.
I'd say.
The preceding program is brought to you by God's Child Records, 10 a.m. next Saturday morning at 10:30 and Sundays at 12:30 p.m. This month's show is sponsored in part by Sam's Lawn Service, FM 106.7 AM 740, WPAQ, Mount Airy, North Carolina.
Live from the historic theater in the heart of America's hometown, Mount Airy, North Carolina, WPAQ now presents the Saturday morning merry-go-round, bringing you the best in bluegrass and old-time music. And now, live from the stage of the Earl Theater, it's the merry-go-round.
And a good Saturday morning. Welcome to all you folks listening in over the airwaves at WPAQ on the AM dial and FM dial at 106.7. Welcome to the folks here in the theater for the historic WPAQ merry-go-round, broadcast live each and every Saturday from the historic Earl Theater, home of the Old Time Music Hall. And it's my pleasure to be your host for today's program. I'm Jeannie Lowry, and without further ado, let's get this good music started today. Help me make welcome for part one of today's program. They're from Woodlawn, Virginia, Mountain Breeze.
Thank you. And as always, Jenny, it's a pleasure for us to be able to play here on the merry-go-round. We really look forward to it each time. We're going to do one for you now. It's called There Is You. There are memories I've forgotten. There are dreams that never will come true. There's a lifetime of broken promises, and then there is you. There is you in the early morning sunrise. There is you, there's that day just came through. When the swing of sound goes down on the mountain, I know then it won't be long till there is you. There are shadows in the sunshine. There are flaws in everything I do. There are feelings I don't remember. But then there is you. There is you in the early morning sunrise. There is you when the days just pass through. When the swing of sound goes down on the mountain, I know then it won't be long till there is you. And there is you in the early morning sunrise. There is you when the days just pass through. When the swing introduce the group. We are Mountain Breeze, and to my left, we have 3 generations of the Bass family who are really gifted in music. We have Harold Bass on the banjo.
Yeah.
We have Aaron Bass on the mandolin. Aaron is Harold's son, and then we have Alyssa Bass on the guitar. She's the granddaughter. So that's 3 generations, and we're really tickled to have them, to be able to play with them. It's just a great honor. And on bass is my wife, Sherry Williams. And I'm Dennis Williams. And again, we're Mountain Breeze, and really tickled to be here. And Harold's going to do one for you now. It's called Seeing Nellie Home.
In the sky, the bright stars glitter, on the banks a pale moon shone. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. I was seeing Nellie home, home, home. I was seeing Nellie home. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. On my arm, a soft hand resting light as ocean foam. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. I was seeing Nellie home, home, home. I was seeing Nellie home. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. All my life new hopes are dawning, and those hopes have lived and grown. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. I was seeing Nellie home, home, home. I was seeing Nellie home. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home. I was seeing Nellie home, home, home. I was seeing Nellie home. It was from a Dinah's quilting party I was seeing Nellie home.
Thank you. We're going to get Alyssa to do one for you now. It's Rocky Top.
I was raised in Tennessee. I'm from Mount Airy, North Carolina, but I was raised in Tennessee. And of course, Tennessee at that time, way back in the 1800s when I was growing up, no, that's not true. But when I was growing up, we had 2 state songs. That was one, and Tennessee Waltz. And so in high school, everywhere you went, we sang Rocky Top. We had dance moves to go with it and everything. So just so you know. But anyways, every time I think about Rocky Top, I'll always think about that back in Tennessee. Right now, we'll go back to you, Brad Llewellyn, and hear a word from our sponsor of this portion of today's program. That's Price Power Equipment over in Elkin, North Carolina. And we'll be back with more music coming up from Mountain Breeze on the Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this. I can't remember it instead. I'll have to do that. Yeah. You don't make one Thank you so much, Frank Llewellyn. Appreciate you today keeping us on the air. I do want to make mention of this, a programming note that the Bears Radio Network is on the air tonight. The kickoff, 7:30 p.m. Our pregame festivities will start at 7 p.m. That's on our sister station as well on WSYD. Unable to bring you the East Surrey ball game that had to be postponed last night, but the Bears are on the road tonight, traveling down to Valdez, North Carolina, to Drone High School. So be sure and tune us in for that. Right now, back to our special guest for this portion of the merry-go-round, Mountain Breeze.
Thank you, Jenny. We're going to do one for you now. It's called Hickory Wind. Down in South Carolina, there are many tall pines. I remember the oak tree and we used to climb. But now that I'm lonesome, I always pretend that I'm getting the feel of the hickory wind. Started out much younger, had most everything, all the riches and pleasures. What else could life bring? Life makes me feel better each time it begins, calling me home. Hickory Beyond the Rains.
When the sky is getting dark and the clouds are moving in, when the storms of life fill our hearts with pain, just let the Savior in. Oh, when we trust in Him, He will lead us beyond the rain. Beyond the rain, there'll be no more dying, no more crying, no more pain. When we put our lives in the hands of Jesus, He will lead us beyond the rain. When we live our lives alone and try to make it on our own, still the heartache and the emptiness remain. If we hold on to God's hand, He will lead us to a land where His sun will always shine beyond the rain. Beyond the rain, there'll be no more dying, no more crying, no more pain. When we put our lives in the hands of Jesus, He will lead us beyond the rain. Now the battle has been won. God gave His only Son to fulfill the promise of His name. If only we believe, what a gift we will receive to live with Jesus beyond the rain. Beyond the rain, there'll be no more dying, no more crying, no more pain. When we put our lives in the hands of Jesus, He will lead us beyond the rain. He will lead us beyond the rain.
All right, we're going to do another one for you now. It's called Cumberland River. I left old Kentucky in a blinding fog, headed for the Southland, home to see her all. Along around Salina, I saw sky to blue, headed for the Southland with 6-man crew. Cumberland River, carry me on down the line to sunny Tennessee. Sherman's awaiting, lonely as can be. Cumberland River, let me feel that southern breeze. On the river, the weather it got rough. Headed for the South Bank, we hit a big rock bluff. Working like the devil to turn the boat around. 2 miles south of Carthage, we made it safe and sound. Cumberland River, carry me on down the line to sunny Tennessee. Sherman days awaiting, lonely as can be.
southern breeze.
Days of travel, and then I draw my pay, headed for the Southland to see my Shirley May. A quart of can of sorghum and a sack of flour, $15 making 7 cents an hour. Cumberland River, carry me on down the line to sunny Tennessee. Shirley May's awaiting, long asking me. Cumberland River, let me feel that southern breeze. Cumberland River, carry me on down the line to sunny Tennessee. Shirley May's awaiting, lonely asking me. Cumberland River, let me feel that southern breeze. Cumberland River, let me feel that southern breeze. All right, we'll get Alyssa to do one for you now. It's called Holding Up the Ladder.
It's time for the
As I climb this gospel ladder, always heeding every sign, I know my Savior's with me and He's teaching me to climb. Every day that I am climbing is a battle for me. Every step of the ladder is another victory. They're holding up this ladder that I'm climbing on. I'm climbing up this ladder and I'm going home. At the top of this ladder, what a joy there shall be. And the angels are holding up this ladder for me. There's a mansion being built for me somewhere
Mountain Breeze on that Easter Brothers Classic. If you haven't had a chance to check out the new Easter Brothers mural, be sure and do that. If you head out of the Earl Theater, just turn to your left and you'll see it as you walk down just a couple of doors there at the public restrooms. While these folks are picking out another song, we don't have to take a commercial break until the bottom of the hour for weather, so I was reminded that about the Vass family. So I know the folks that attend this program and that listen in, they're interested in the radio station, and I am too, in the history of the station. So the WPAQ merry-go-round is about the second longest continuously running live radio broadcast in the nation, second to the Grand Ole Opry. And some of the early radio pioneers that we had on the program include Mac Wiseman, and also some of the Vass family, which these folks are Vass's 3 generations, as we were telling you earlier. And I would like to tell you folks that you can find more out about the history of our station on the Broadcast A Man and His Dream Facebook page. And I'm going to read a little excerpt from this because I don't know if you folks know this or not. But for some performers, and I'm reading now from this page, for some performers, the gift of music and entertaining come naturally. 2 such talented individuals were WPAQ pioneers Russell Vass and his wife, Lorraine. They grew up in Carroll County, where you folks are from, and I believe it's your maybe great uncle?
They're really distant cousins.
Cousins?
Yes.
And Miss Lorraine yodeled. And so we do have some early recordings of her yodeling on this program, and her picture with Russell's is in the photographs that you see that are they're over 70 years old, that took place over across the street in the PIC Theater when Mac Wiseman also performed as part of this program. So be sure and find out more about that, and we're so glad to have y'all with us today on the merry-go-round. Let's, Dennis, do one song and then we'll take a break for the weather forecast.
Okay. Get Aaron to do one for you. It's called In My Young Days.
Just sitting there one day, listening to my grandpa telling all the tales of younger days. I never will forget those moments he surrendered, expressions that I saw on his face. He told us of the days when which many years had gone by, when he was growing up there on the farm. And of those many days, he pushed a plow to sundown and never had no time to cause no harm. Many years ago, when I was a lad, I could do most anything that my heart desired. But now I'm old and feeble, my hair's all turned gray. Oh, 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 in my younger days. Listen to his stories and never bat an eye between each word. That's a part of my life which I will always cherish. Remember everything of which I heard. Now he's said and gone, but his memory still lingers, and I still think of him from day to day. I remember still his misty eyes aglow-ing, and still recall the words he had to say. Many years ago, when I was a lad, I could do most anything that my heart desired. But now I'm old and feeble, my hair is all turned gray. Oh, 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 in my younger days. Oh, 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 in my younger days.
Mountain Breeze here for you on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Right now, we'll send things back to you, Brad Llewellyn, for an updated look at the area weather forecast, and we'll be back with more music coming up right after this.
Sunny high today, high 91 with a light southerly breeze, partly cloudy tonight, low to the 60s. Sunday, much the same as today.
What's this tree down there? This tree?
Hiding under otherwise sunny skies. Presently 83 degrees, 28 degrees Celsius, and it winds out of southwest 35. Back now to the Earl for more of today's merry-go-round broadcast here from the stage of your host.
Thank you so much, Brack, and it's a hot day, but it's a nice day, so if you're in and around downtown Mount Airy, be sure to stop and see us here at the Earl Theater. After the 12 o'clock news and local news, we're going to have another hour and a half of music with our special guest, Too Young, Too Old. Charles Bowman and his fine group is here, and they came at the last minute, so I appreciate y'all doing that. We had to reschedule some folks. Right now, though, back to more great music from Mountain Breeze, our special guest for this first portion of the merry-go-round.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. We're going to do one for you now. It's called Meet Me Over on the Other Side. Jesus told his faithful disciples, meet me over on the other side. I will meet you in the waters you have tossed. But in the midst of the stormy sailing, what do we do? They typically cried. Out of the darkness came his answer, meet me over on the other side. Do not fear the raging waters, trust in me and face the storm. I will calm the winds around you, in my hands you're safe from harm. Waves is rolling, wind stops blowing, that's my child in the midst of the time. Be not afraid of the tossing billows, meet me over on the other side. God stood speaking to his children, meet me over on the other side. Through the storms of life on me to reach our goal. He is watching for the storm clouds, he will be their Savior and God. Did you hear him gently beckon, meet me over on the other side. Not fear the raging waters, trust in me and face the storm. I will calm the winds around you, in my hands you're safe from harm. Rolling, the wind stops blowing, that's my child in the midst of the tide. You're not afraid of the tossing billows, meet me over on the other side. Trust in me and face the storm. I will calm the winds around you, in my hands you're safe from harm. Waves is rolling, the wind stop blowing, that's my child in the midst of the tide. Be not afraid of the tossing billows, meet me over on the other side. Do one for you now, an old one called Lily Dale.
As I hear the mockingbird, I remember the word that it said that forever you love me. Happiness is gone, memories linger on from this chain of our love. I can't be free.
Sweet as the morning, smile like sunshine. Ours was a love no words could tell. I love you, oh how I miss you. Won't you come back, Lily Dale?
happiness is a thing of the past. Being without you makes my life oh so blue, and always in my heart love will last. Sweet as the morning, smile like the sunshine, ours was a love no words could tell. I love you, oh how I miss you, won't you come back, Lily Dale? Sweet as the morning, smile like the sunshine, ours was a love no words could tell. I love you, oh how I miss you, won't you come back, Lily Dale? Won't you come back, Lily Dale?
We're going to get listen to this one for you. It's called Far Side Bank of Jordan.
I believe my steps are growing wearier each day. Still I've got a journey on my mind. Words of this old world has ceased to make me want to stay. And my one regret is leaving you behind. If it proves to be His will that I am first to go, and somehow I've a feeling it will be. When it comes your time to travel, likewise don't you feel lost, for I will be the first one that you see.
I'll be waiting on the far side banks of Jordan. I'll be waiting, drawing pictures in the sand. And when I see you coming, I will rise up with a shout and come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand.
Through this life we labor hard to earn our meager fare. It's promised trembling hands and failing eyes. I'll just rest here on the shore and turn my eyes away until you come and we'll see paradise.
I'll be waiting on the far side banks of Jordan. I'll be waiting, drawing pictures in the sand. And when I see you coming, I will rise up with a shout and come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand. I'll be waiting on the far side banks of Jordan. I'll be waiting, drawing pictures in the sand. And when I see you coming, I will rise up with a shout and come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand. I'll come running through the shallow waters, reaching for your hand.
Thank you.
I know your life on earth was trouble, and only you could know the pain. You weren't afraid to face the devil. You were no stranger to the rain. Go rest high on that mountain. just high on that mountain, 'cause son, your word on earth is done. Go to heaven a shouting, love for the Father and the Son. Go to heaven a shouting, love for the Father and the Son.
Great job from our special guests and Mountain Breeze here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. I do want to say hello to my good friend Jordan Nance. He's listening in and wanted me to tell you folks what a great job you were doing. He's really enjoying today's program. Also, we need to hear a word about the annual Albert Hash Memorial Festival going on in Virginia coming up real soon. So give a listen to this and we'll be back with more music coming up on today's merry-go-round featuring Mountain Breeze right after this.
It's time for the Albert Hash Memorial Festival, Saturday, September 4th.
Very
Free. There's also a $10 parking fee per car. Bring your chairs.
When do you come back?
We'll be back in May.
Are you going to try some Maggie? Okay. All right. Is that what we're doing?
With Larry Sigmund and Martha Spencer. Where we live beers, crafts, concessions, and the Albert Hash Instrumental Selection. This Saturday, September 4th.
First somebody away. Thank you so much, Bragg, and I do want to make mention of that here in the theater as well. The Albert Hash Memorial Festival going on in Mount Wilson. I believe that's next weekend. I can't believe how time is flying by. But anyways, it's the Saturday before Memorial Day. Right now, back to our special guests here on this first portion of today's program. That's Mountain Breeze, and let's go ahead, if it's all right with you, Bragg, let's go ahead and let these folks play up until the top of the hour, which will probably give us about 4 songs, and then we'll have a break for news.
Thank you, Jenny. We're going to get Alyssa to do one for you now, an old Merle Haggard tune called Daddy Frank.
Daddy Frank played the guitar and the French horn. Sister played the ringing tambourine. Mama couldn't hear our pretty music. She read our lips and helped the family sing. That little band was all the part of living, and our only means of living at the time. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was fine. Frank and Mama counted on each other. Their one and only weakness made them strong. Mama did the driving for the family, and Frank made a living with the song. Home was just a camp along the highway. The pickup bed was where we laid it down. Don't ever once remember going hungry, but I remember Mama cooking on the grill. living in our only means of living at the time. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was blind. And it wasn't like no normal family combo, 'cause Daddy Frank, the guitar man, was blind.
We're going to do an oldie goldie called Katie Klein.
Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that your love is true like mine. Tell me that you love your own purple dove. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein.
Have you ever seen Katie Klein? She lives at the foot of the hill in a small little nook near the Chevy Brook down by Happy's old hill.
Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that your love is true like mine. Tell me that you love your own turtle dove. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein.
If I was a little bird, I'd never build my nest on the ground. I'd build my nest in a tall oak tree where that boys could never tear it down.
Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that your love is true like mine. Tell me that you love your own purple love. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that your love is true like mine. Tell me that you love your own purple love. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein. Tell me that you love me, Katie Klein.
Ooh, and here's one of my favorite songs that Harold's going to do for you. It's called The Mountain View Missionary Baptist Church.
Back in the shadows of the mountain, surrounded by the dogwood and gold
shout. Amen to firm preacher's word, and they sing. Lift their voices up to heaven at the mountain here, Missionary Baptist Church.
We got time for one more, so I just want to thank y'all again so much for being here with us for the merry-go-round. Haven't they done a great job? And thank you so much. Look forward to seeing y'all again, hopefully in the month of May of 2022. So what you got picked out to wrap up this part of the program?
We're going to get a list of the leaders in one. It's called Someday.
Someday when my last line is written, someday when I draw my last breath, when my last words on earth have been spoken, and my lips are sealed in death, don't look on my cold form in pity, don't think of me as one dead. It'll just be the house I once lived in. My spirit by then will have fled. I'll have finished my time here allotted, but I won't be in darkness alone. I will have heard from heaven the summons to come on home. And when my body is in the grave, don't think that I'll be there. I won't be dead but living in the place Jesus went to prepare. And after all is said and done, know that my last earnest prayer is that my loved ones be ready someday to meet me there.
Great job, our special guest, Mountain Breeze. If you ever want to read up about something very interesting, read about the history of that song right there. They did a great job. Just another programming note, be sure and stay tuned after the 12 o'clock news. We're going to have music from Too Young, Too Old. And also, I want to mention, if I can get figure out what month it is. It's still August, but next month it's going to be September. So let me tell you who will be with us next month. September the 4th, Robert Tilley and the Hard Times Band, followed up by Grace and Grass. That's coming up next week on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Right now, all you folks here in the theater, let's go get us a bag of popcorn and a drink, and we'll be back with more music from Too Young, Too Old right after the 12 o'clock news. That's going to be in about 6 minutes. Until then, this is the voice of the Blue Ridge, WPAQ. Did you rather just do 12 or go left?
That'd be a good idea.
I meant to, but I I didn't want to let in on that one song.
Y'all did a great job. Good job.
Starting Monday, Liberty University will implement a temporary mitigation period, which includes switching to online learning and suspending large indoor gatherings. This campus-wide quarantine is expected to stay in effect until September 10th. According to a statement from the university on Thursday, changes going into effect on August 30th are intended to slow the spread of the virus and maintain a safe and healthy campus environment. The university continues to encourage social hygiene practices, including physical distancing and wearing a mask. In addition, free vaccine clinics are expected to be offered on campus in the near future. The Virginia Employment Commission is set to host a series of virtual job fairs highlighting opportunities in the northern, eastern, and western regions of the Commonwealth. Their organizers say job seekers will be able to find jobs, post their resumes, and apply for positions up to 2 days before a particular virtual event. During each event, attendees will be able to chat or video conference with employers interested in their qualification. The events are scheduled for Shenandoah Valley and Charlottesville on September 8th, Eastern Virginia, including Norfolk, Camden, and Richmond on September 9th, Southwestern and South Central Virginia on September 14th. In North Carolina news, Governor Roy Cooper asked President Joe Biden on Friday to issue a federal disaster declaration for North Carolina after last week's heavy flooding and landslides from the remnants of tropical storm.
What can I do to help, Charles? Good to see you.
Right now, good day. You all free? Right now, good day. Great job.
Maggie Valley, winds blowing in Maggie Valley.
This Saturday afternoon. Another sunny and hot day, expect a high in the low 90s today and nice sunny events. Partly cloudy tonight, low 56 tomorrow. Sunrise by chance of showers, snow, and good evening. Some chance of a sunny hot ones today, 90 degrees. Sunday night,
We're not going to have a Y'all will have to. It's right here between us.
Yeah.
Locally, watching it closely, what the other service does, watching it closely. So we'll certainly keep you
What are
apprised.
they talking about? Another hurricane?
Category 4 coming in Louisiana.
Presently, August has been 84 degrees Celsius.
Thank you so much, Brack, and appreciate you once again today keeping us on the air. Thank you as well to Ken White, who always does a great job back here at the Earl Theater. He's here each and every Saturday and keeps this program rolling and pretty much everything here at the Earl Theater, to be exact. As promised, another great group coming on the stage of the Earl Theater. Help me make welcome for part 2 of today's program, Too Young, Too Old.
All right, thank you, Jenny, and good afternoon, Mount Airy, North Carolina. It's hard to get used to saying that. I've always played the 11 o'clock portion of this program. It's kind of a hard habit to break, saying good morning. But I want to say a big shout out to the folks that's in the studio here with us today, and the folks listening by way of radio on WPAQ, or listening online, or maybe even watching us live streaming on YouTube. Hope we do something y'all enjoy today. We're going to get started with an old tune called The Wind's Blowing in Maggie Valley. Do y'all know Jimmy Martin song now. It's called Takes One to Know One.
one to no one, and I know you. The little tear in your eye, I see through. You've been hurt and you're frightened, you're so blue. It takes one to know one, and I know you. It takes one to know one, and I know you.
I'll do one later. I ain't loosened up
Black
yet.
Mountain Rag. All right, we're gonna crank it up a little bit and do y'all a good fiddle tune called the Black Mountain Rag.
Here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. Right now, we'll send things back to you, Brad Llewellyn, and hear a word about the Bears Radio Network, as I mentioned earlier in today's broadcast, on the air tonight, beginning at 7 p.m. for Bears football. We'll be back right after this.
How are you, sir? What kind of music you play today? Is there a chart?
Chick-fil-A of McCarran is the official tailgate sponsor of the Bears Radio Network. Tune in every Friday night from 7 until 7:30 p.m. for your chance to compete in the Chick-fil-A Trivia Challenge. You might win the Chick-fil-A tailgate package. Feeds up to 8 people. Our pregame show again starts at 7 p.m. on Friday nights.
And of course, that game last evening was postponed. Instead, the Bears will be playing tonight in Valdez, North Carolina. Drawn High School. Airtime is 7 p.m. on the Bears Radio Network. Kickoff at 7:30. Now we take you back live to the Earl as the merry-go-round continues. Here's Jenny Loudon.
Thank you so much, Brack. And right now, back to more music from our special guest, Too Young, Too Old. Charles, you can go ahead and play up until 12:30 if you like. Give us 3 or 4 songs.
Okay, you just butt in whenever you're ready.
Oh, I'm real good at that. Don't worry.
I'm going to take a minute and introduce these musicians up here with me today right quick. To my left playing the guitar from right here in Mount Airy, North Carolina, my good friend Pat Hyatt. To my right from King, North Carolina, playing the bass, Beverly Markland. And on the 5-string banjo, also from King, North Carolina, a pretty good old friend of mine for many years, Mr. David Sizemore.
I guess I'll go ahead and introduce Charles. Playing fiddle, probably play guitar. He plays just about everything there is to play. Singing vocals today, Mr. Charles Bowman. Applause, Virginia.
All right, thank you, Pat. Jenny, you were talking about Robert and the Hard Times Band earlier this morning. I'm going to be over at Smith Mountain Lake, Virginia with him tonight, and I'll be back here with him next week at 11 o'clock. So y'all be sure, if you're listening from over there in Bedford County, Virginia, come on out to the lake tonight. We'll try to provide y'all with some good music. If not, and you're listening from right here in Mount Airy, just tune us in on the radio next week. We're going to take a trip down south with this next song, do a little waltz across Texas.
It's a fairyland until that's come true. And when you look at me, dear, with those stars in your eyes, I could waltz across Texas with you. Waltz across Texas with you in my arms. Waltz across Texas with you, like a story book ending. I'm lost in your charms, and I could waltz across Texas with you. Play it, David. I could waltz across Texas with you.
All right. C, D, E. All right, we're going to feature Pat. She's going to sing y'all one here called The New River Train.
Sing
cannot compare. But how was such as I to understand? I overlooked an orchid while searching for a rose. The orchid that I overlooked was you. The rose that I was searching for has proved to be untrue. The orchid now I find, my dear, was you. The rose has lost its color, but the orchid is the same. And I'm alone to face these lonely years. I didn't see the orchid, I was searching for a rose. And now I pay the price with bitter tears. 'Cause I overlooked an orchid while searching for a rose. The orchid that I overlooked was you. The rose that I was searching for has proved to be untrue. The orchid now I find, my dear, was you. Yes, the orchid now I find, my dear, was you.
Great job for our special guests, Too Young, Too Old, on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. It's about 1 minute away, excuse me, from the top of the hour, bottom of the hour to be exact. So we'll update you next on the weather forecast. Also a shout out to Bobby Wayne Manring, he's listening in. Wanted me to tell y'all what a great job you're doing. And we'll be back with more music from Too Young, Too Old right after this.
Right now, we have 84 degrees, 29 degrees Celsius, winds of 11. How was it you got to the early this morning?
Thank you so much, Brack, and welcome back. Our special guest for this second portion of today's program, Too Young, Too Old. Charles, what you got picked out for us next?
All right, Jenny, we're going to feature this fellow with a 5-string banjo now. He's going to do y'all an old tune called Spanish Grass.
I was telling you a while ago, he plays just about every instrument, but not only does he do that, we were at the Fiddler's Convention one time several years ago, and he's playing fiddle and flatfooting at the same time on stage too, so he can dance too.
We try to do that up here, though, we'd put a new meaning to cutting the rug. We're going to do y'all an old boogie-woogie number here called Step It Up and Go.
Charles, let's take a real quick break and hear a word from Old Mill Music that will sponsor this portion of today's program, and we'll be back with more music coming up right after this.
That's a 95 dancing. Yeah. That's good.
His haircut. He doesn't have any hair, do they? You see, that was a Ryan cutting hair. Hey, barbershop haircut. Was there?
Y'all are welcome to dance anytime you want to.
Yeah.
We always say what happens at the Earl stays right here at the Earl.
Better yet, just come and see us at Old Mill Music, 236 Main Street, downtown. Thank you so much, and we are open Old Mill Music today until 4 o'clock, and be sure to stop by and see us. Right now, back to more music from our special guests, Too Young, Too Old. Charles, what you got picked out for us next?
All right, once again, thank you, Jenny. We're going to do a Tom T. Hall number that I used to travel to the nursing home and play for the residents before COVID shut everything down. And one in particular in Stewart, the receptionist always asked me to do this song. We call it Sneaky Snake. Boys and girls, take warning when you go near the lake. Keep your eyes peeled open and look for Sneaky Snake. Maybe you won't see him and maybe you won't hear. But while you are not looking, he'll steal all of your root beer. And then old Sneaky Snake goes dancing, wiggling and a hissing. he goes wiggling through the grass, it tickles his underneath. Sneaky Snake drinks root beer, he almost makes me sick. When he is not dancing, he looks just like a stick. He doesn't have any arms or legs, you cannot see his ears. And while you are out dancing, he's stealing all of our root beer. And then old Sneaky Snake goes dancing, wiggling and a hissing. Sneaky Snake goes dancing, giggling and a kissing. I don't like old Sneaky Snake, he laughs too much, you see. When he goes wiggling through the grass, it tickles his underneath. When he goes wiggling through the grass, it tickles his underneath.
Of course, Tom T. Hall passed away, what was it, Charles, last Friday. He had 12 #1 hits and 26 songs that he wrote in the top 10 on the country charts in the great state of Kentucky. This group that just walked in, they seem to be a rowdy group. Where are y'all from?
Maryland and Pennsylvania.
Maryland and Pennsylvania. Oh, that's where all the crazy folks are located now. No, I'm really joking. Very, very much so joking. Well, welcome to the Earl Theater. You're on the radio, so no cursing, please. And we do this each and every week. If you'd like to tune in when you get home, tune us in on WPAQ740.com or find out how to stream our YouTube channel live for the merry-go-round each Saturday from 11 to 1:30. Charles, what you got picked up for us next?
I'm going to do y'all an old song, Flat and Scruggs style, called Jimmy Brown the Newsboy. Everybody knows that I'm a newsboy of the town. You'll hear me yelling Morning Star running along the street. I've got no hat upon my head, no shoes upon my feet. Thin. I wander about from place to place, my daily bread to win. Never mind, sir, how I look, don't look at me and frown. I sell the morning paper, sir, my name is Jimmy Brown. My mother say that I'm a helping mother, sir, as I journey on my way. Mother always told me, sir, I've nothing in the world to lose, that I'll get a place in heaven, sir, and sell the gospel news. Upon my head, no shoes upon my feet. Never mind, sir, how I look, don't look at me and frown. I say Jimmy Brown.
Let's take a quick break now. That'd be all right, Charles. And we need to get these folks a towel. We need to get them a towel and a drink of water. And we'll be back with more music coming up on today's Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this.
No, that is not the kind. I'm in Maryland dancing, and it's country western music. We don't dance that. That's but the time we do, you don't just, you got feelings on it. It's you got remember in frame how to do the stuff.
Thank you so much, Brad. And just a programming note, once again, the Bears Radio Network on the air tonight, rather than last night, the game postponed from East Surrey, and the Bears will be traveling down to Valdez, North Carolina, to take on the I don't know whose, but I'm going to find out, from Drone High School. I know, but anyways, I hadn't had time to look that up yet. They're going to Drone High School in Valdez. The Bears on the road tonight. Tune us in. The pregame show starts at 7 p.m. Right now, let's do about 3 songs before we take another break, Charles.
All right, thank you, Jenny. We're going to slow it down a little bit and take a trip across the pond to Germany in this next song called Fräulein. All right, we're going to feature Pat again on this next song here. He's going to do one called Fallen Leaves.
Bird
and just an updated temperature check, and we'll be right back with more music coming up on the Saturday morning merry-go-round right after this.
Currently at our studios on Springs Road, 84 degrees, that's 29 degrees Celsius. Out west, back out of the
You're right, Brack. It is nice and cool in here in the theater, and welcome once again. We got some friends with us. Are y'all in search of Mayberry today? Yes. Are you on a tour bus?
Yes.
Oh, great. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Earl Theater and downtown Mount area as well. Back to more music here on the Saturday morning merry-go-round. This portion featuring Too Young, Too Old. Charles, what you got picked out for us next?
I'm going to send this next song out to a friend of mine that passed through Claudeville, Virginia the other day, but lives in upstate toward Fredericksburg, Virginia. His name's Bill, and he asked me to do him a song on the radio, so I'm going to sing this one called Little White Church. Church in the valley that stands in my memory each day, and it seems I can hear the bells now ringing, although I am many miles away. And many times in church on Sunday morning, the whole countryside would gather there. They would all kneel down by the altar as they lifted up their voices in prayer. Oh, the church in the valley, that little white church, is the place I love so well. Now I'm sad and I'm lonely, yes I'm sad and I'm lonely for that little white church in the dale. The old song, Rock of Ages, oh Christ, let me hide myself in Thee. And I know some of them are now waiting just over the dark and stormy sea. Their trials and troubles now are ended, and happy forever they will be. They are waiting and watching up yonder for the coming home of you and me. Oh, the church in the valley, that little white church, is the place I love so well. Now I'm sad and I'm lonely, I'm sad and I'm lonely for that little white church in the dale. Now I'm sad and lonely, I'm sad and I'm lonely for that little white church in the dale.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
go stepping to. Well, every time you come in late, we begin to fight. You tell me there are more fish in the sea, but the bait ain't what it used to be, and I've got news for you. After this, when you step out, I'll go stepping too. Yes, I'll go stepping to, my honey, I'll go stepping too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go stepping too. Clothes don't fit you right. Don't start to yell if you find lipstick on me too. You will know that I have been out stepping just like you. Yes, I'll go stepping too, my honey, I'll go stepping too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go stepping too. I'll put out the cat, lock the door, and I'll go stepping too.
Great job from Charles Bowman 292 And right now I need to tell you folks about the sponsor of this portion of today's merry-go-round, and that's Mayberry Music Center, located right across the street from the Earl Theater and locally owned and operated by James Easter of the Easter Brothers. James would like to invite you to stop in and check out their selection of acoustic as well as electric guitars, bass guitars, mandolins, fiddles, banjos, trumpets, saxophones, clarinets, flutes, and much more. Mayberry Music Center specializes in Blue Ridge guitars, and they are the authorized Blue Ridge guitar dealer here in the Mount Airy area. Mayberry Music Center always gives a $100 discount off the suggested retail price of their Blue Ridge guitars, and you'll usually find there some slightly used Blue Ridge guitars at a discounted price. They have all types of strings and accessories for your instrument, and they offer music lessons as well as instrument repair. And James would like to remind us that if you don't see what you're looking for, just ask him, because chances are they can have it for you in just a couple of days. And you'll also find there a great selection of bluegrass and bluegrass gospel CDs, including titles from the Easter Brothers and the Primitive Quartet. Mayberry Music Center is open Monday through Friday from 9:30 to 4, and on Saturdays they're open from 9:30 to 3. They're always closed on Sunday. That's Mayberry Music Center, historic Main Street in downtown Mount Airy. And usually on Saturday you'll find them jamming in Mayberry Music Center in the mornings. Also, I want to tell you this, James is going to be the honorary Grand Marshal for the Mount Airy Christmas Parade, and we're so excited about that, as well as I believe that he will be performing during Mayberry Days over with Jeff and Sherry Easter, his son and daughter-in-law. So be sure and find out more about that. And right now, back to our special guests for part 2 of today's Saturday morning merry-go-round. That's Too Young, Too Old. Let me check the time, Charles. Let's do 3 songs. How about that? And then we'll take another break.
All right, thank you, Jenny. We're going to slow it down and do your George Jones tearjerker here now. It's called When the Grass Grows Over Me. When you left, I thought that I would soon be over you. Even told myself that I would find somebody new. Time and tears have come and gone, but not your memory. For I'll be over you when the grass grows over me. Yes, I'll be over you when you're standing over me. And when you look down at the cold, cold ground I'm sleeping in, expect to hear me say that I still love you then, for I'll be over you when the grass grows over me. Even when I close my eyes, I keep on seeing you. Every minute of the day I'm hurting through and through. And as long as I live, I know I can't be free, for I'll be over you when the grass grows over me. Yes, I'll be over you when you're standing over me. And when you look down at the cold, cold ground I'm sleeping in, don't expect to hear me say that I still love you then, for I'll be over you when the grass grows over me. Yes, I'll be over you when the grass grows over me. Ruby, are you mad?
B?
Yeah.
Where is that in the alphabet? What?
All right, we're going to try one. We don't do much, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. On Osborne Brothers' number called Ruby, Are You Mad? Ruby, Ruby, honey, are you mad at your man? I'll set you in the shade Are you mad at your man?
I'm too old for this.
What I like about this group is how Charles tells Pat what they're going to play next, and then Charles tells Beverly, and then Beverly has to tell David because David can't hear. Yeah, I'm serious. But he does great on the banjo. Let's see. That sounds good. Then we'll take a break. Respect. That's the story of Aretha Franklin. It's rated PG-13, and 2 more opportunities to see it today and tomorrow. Tonight and tomorrow. So right now, it's been a pleasure. Charles Bowman, Too Young, Too Old, done a great job as usual. Got time for only one more, Charles. What you want to take us home with?
We're going to sign off here with a pretty well requested train song I do called the Orange Blossom Special. Y'all come on back next week. I'll be here with the Hard Times Band at 11 o'clock. I'd also like to thank these ladies and gentlemen for helping me out here today. We kind of throw this band together, finalized everything Friday night. So if we ever outage the too young part of the band, I'm just going to call this name the Minutemen.
Well, until next week, and we'll have Robert Tilley and the Hard Times Band, as well as Grace and Grass. This is Jenny Lowry signing off.